charcoal and I just felt for some soup. So this is me making some cow heel soup for this weather. Here I go. I had my oil heating up. I threw in my onions so it can saute. I always start with my aromatics. As you can see to the right, I already went ahead and boiled my cow heel just to speed up the process a little bit. So as I am sauteing my onions, I am going to add in my garlic. Once I add in the garlic, I leave that to saute again, guys. I am just doing the aromatics for now. So I like to cook earlier, but I'm not really a soup person, but I really like to cook. But these days, the way the weather going, I need some soup. So again, here I go. We still sauteing the onions. We still have to make them a little translucent, before you throw in your garlic. Here I go with my garlic. I did go ahead and pre-cut everything because I really didn't have the time to stop and cut and stop and cut. I just wanted to start cooking and cook. Then I went ahead and threw in my pimento peppers. Guys, I literally took out the seeds on all these pimento peppers because sometimes pimento peppers can be a little hot, and due to slight medical reasons I cannot eat nothing spicy. So I decided to take out all the seeds from the pimento peppers and I added them here. Again, we are just starting with the aromatics, and guys, if you can smell this, so far it smells so good. And it's simple, so far this is the three main base. Anything I cook in, this is the base I just start off with: onion, garlic, pimento peppers. If I don't have pimento peppers in my kitchen, I just feel that is it. I don't want to cook. My pot spoiled. But yeah, and again, you go ahead, you want to leave this to saute on medium high heat. I went ahead and I added some shadow benny in this. I think the next name for shadow benny here would be cilantro. So I went ahead and add some cilantro. I know cilantro, cilantro, different things, but I did went ahead and, if my Trinis, I went ahead and add some shadow benny. For anyone else in America, I went ahead and that was cilantro. Again, as you can see, my cow heel waiting patiently to be put in the pot. When I this is me putting in my yellow split peas, sorry, and it gave me a little trouble there, but it ended up coming out. I put this amount, because I like it for the base. I do want a thicker base for my cow heel soup, so I went ahead and added my yellow split peas in there. And again, you just want to saute that, get the aromatics, get them flavors in there. And I also went ahead and added into this, you guys are going to see I added some carrots because I didn't have much carrots, and instead of just trying to have that carrot in there, I put this so it will melt to the base of my soup. I tell somebody to pick up carrots and they forget now. One job and they forget. But yes, I still had this saute and I left it to saute, to marinate in that for all the flavors to come together. And I went ahead and added carrots. Again, you don't have to fancy cut the carrots because it's not to say people eating the carrots. This is to melt out into the base. I did not put pumpkin in my soup because I don't know, my little son sometimes, I don't know, he gets a reaction. So I just try to avoid pumpkin in soup or certain things that I'm cooking that I know he's going to eat. I went ahead and I added some water in here. So now what you want to do is you want to let that boil. You're just going to leave this to boil for like an hour. I left mine to boil for like an hour to create that base and stuff. And once it create that base, as you can see, my yellow split peas is melted, but it's not all the way melted. But as I was saying earlier, I did not boil my cow heel all the way, because I did want it to go back and add that in so it could continue cooking with this split peas. So this is me adding the cow heel in. Oh, look at that already now. My mouth watering. My mouth water in. So I went ahead and I just continued adding the cow heel in there as I mix. And guys, the water from the cow heel that you guys are seeing on the other pot, go ahead and throw that in now. Once you wash your cow heel good, go ahead and use that water, because that is the flavor that's going to really give this pot that flavor of that cow heel. So as you can see, after I put my cow heels in, I went ahead and I threw that water in the pot. Guys, that is going to make that flavor enhance. And you just mix it in. If you see anybody throwing away the water, is because they haven't washed the cow heel. But you want to go ahead, and I did let that simmer, and I went ahead and added some green figs. And all you're probably wondering, why is she adding the green figs so early? I do take them out once they get a little soft, and then put them back in once it's time to once it's almost finished cooking. So I do leave that in there, but I do take them out. I do not leave it to cook, because then it will just melt away. But I just like when I flavor in the pot to get that, because a lot of people don't like green fig. But I just like to put it in there so I can flavor the soup with it, so I know where my flavors is heading. I added in some corn. At this point, I started to realize I may need a bigger pot. You know, when you start off with soup in a small pot, sometimes it does end up like plenty, and you're like, hey boy, I need a bigger pot like that. I know. But you go ahead and you want to add some salt and black pepper. I did went ahead, add some salt and black pepper. And as that boiling, I added some yam. I added some sweet yams into my pot. And I also went ahead and added some potatoes. So at this point, you all could see I transitioned to a bigger pot, because that next pot just wasn't working. It would not work. I went ahead and added a little more black pepper. And as you are making your soup, you want to go ahead and add the flavor. I added some dumpling, left hand dumpling, and I like to leave my okra for the last, because I don't like soggy okra in my soup. Everybody have their own preference. I just find when my okra cook too much in soup, it does stick in my throat and it doesn't want to go down and things. So I prefer to have a little bite in my okra where I could chew my okra and eat my okra. So this is just what we have here. This is the final product, and guys, look at this. I am so proud of it and so hungry at the same time, because y'all don't understand. People that say, oh, soup is quick food. I find soup is not quick food. Depending on what type of soup you're making, it's a real steps to soup. But I am happy I made this, because I feel like this is the right thing for the weather. As you can see, guys, look at that. You could tell me and if you wasn't feeling for cow heel soup, I know you feel for some now. This is the final product. I go in and bust down this cow heel soup because I real hungry. It was real good, and I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. And if you try it, tag me and let me know how your cow heel soup came out.